ITV Lunchtime News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good afternoon. It may have been unexpected, but President Trump's decision to backtrack, albeit temporarily, on his global tariffs was welcome news to financial markets. After days of turmoil and falling figures, stocks here and around the world rallied in response. A 90-day pause for most countries, in sharp contrast, though, to a huge 125% hike on China, provoking reciprocal tariffs from Beijing. Right now, neither side look likely to back down, and that could have ramifications for us all. This lunchtime, the EU has paused its retaliatory tariffs on the US, while the UK government insists it's still pushing for a trade deal with Washington that will deliver security for working people. With the latest, here's our political correspondent, Harry Horton. Well, let's get more from our political correspondent, Shihab Khan, to be averted at least. But those tensions between the US and China, that can have
trade with each other, and it's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to investment.
Well, talks have restarted this lunchtime over the future of British steel, aimed at avoiding potentially thousands of job losses. The government has said that all options are on the table, and ITV News understands that that could include buying key materials needed to keep production going. Our north of England, Rebecca Vardy was today dealt a double blow in her long-running so-called Wagatha Christie legal battle. A judge today upheld a previous ruling about how Colleen Rooney's lawyers presented their costs, and in a separate ruling, she largely failed in her bid to get access to more documents. Well, let's go to Ellie Pitt now, who's outside the High Court. Now, a man and a woman have appeared in court charged with the death of a 60-year-old grandfather. Next, getting bobbies back on the beat. Sir Keir Starmer's government is far from the first to make that pledge, but Labour insists it can, in its words, restore confidence in policing by providing more dedicated patrols. Critics, though, say working in the community is just one part of the job and question how the new promises can be delivered at a time of tightened budgets. Mahathir Pasha reports. Still ahead on the... But first, ITV News has now heard from more than 100 women who believe they were exposed to a controversial drug linked to cancer. Stilbestrol, known as DES, was meant to prevent miscarriage and was prescribed on the NHS for decades, even after its risks became known. Some were left with devastating side effects, and there are now calls for an enhanced screening programme. Our social affairs correspondent... well, there's more from that investigation on tonight's ITV Evening News. Some other news now, and a new at-home spit test for prostate cancer may be more effective than current testing methods. To Italy now, where it's the final day of the King and Queen's state visit. Landing in Ravenna this morning, they are marking an important Second World War anniversary. It is after Charles and Camilla had a private meeting with Pope Francis at the Vatican yesterday. Our royal was staying with the royals. It was an Easter holiday trip to Paris for Prince George and his dad last night. William is an avid Aston Villa fan, and the team's first half lead certainly met with royal approval, but even before their ultimate loss to PSG, there was plenty of pre-match punditry, which it turns out the Prince of Wales has a surprising knack for. Here's Faye Barker. One. All right, and that's it for now. From everyone on Lunchtime, bye-bye. Enjoy your afternoon.